All right, so this is Patty. This is our new to us 2001 E350 Super Duty. We opted for the V10 to have just a little bit more power in case we wanted to tow. I have a 4Runner as well that I plan to tow with this every now and then. But yeah, so we were drawn to this one mainly for the high top. That was a feature that we wanted. And this one already had it, so it saved us the expenses and the time of having to do that ourselves. This is a 2001, like I mentioned, and it's got around 120,000 miles on it. And prior to us owning it, it was a government vehicle owned by the sheriffs, and it was a prisoner transport vehicle. So that's kind of where we got the nickname Patty for Paddy Wagon. All right, let me show you guys the passenger side. Again, nothing special, just your standard. This is a mechanical seat. The driver's side is a electric seat, but it's not plugged in because you can't really move it anyways. And drop this little step down, and let's go inside. As you can see, we got the cages that I mentioned before. Got that whole kind of wall divider from the cab to back here. Little bench here. And got lap belts. Yeah, got lap belts that don't work, so keep your prisoners safe. So got 2 rows of this in here. So yeah, that's the inside. All right, so we'll continue on to back here, and there's this other divider that goes to like the cargo area, or this is kind of weird. It's on sliders, sliding rails. But so go back here, you got some space, and this is where the lift is at. So I'm gonna take you guys to the back. We'll open up the doors and show you more of that. Let's open up the back here. Let's open up like that. So it's got this huge wheelchair lift. All right, so in order to use this lift, it needs to be in park, and the e-brake needs to be engaged. So it's kind of, the wiring is tied into all of that. But I got the e-brake on right now, so let's go ahead and deploy it. I'm not going to lower it too much because I'll smash this bush. But yeah, you get the idea. So works pretty good. But so yeah, as cool as this thing is, we are actually going to get rid of it because we got plans to convert this whole space into our home on wheels. So we'll go into what our plans are for this van and why we bought it. Another kind of cool, unique feature about this van is that it has the high top doors built into it. So that makes me think that it was built with the intentions of being a high top from the factory, because the fact that it has the high top doors, you don't see that all the time. And I think that's kind of a cool feature. It gives you just a lot more space, open space here in the opening of the back of the van. So you can get big items in and out real easily, or just a larger opening overall, which I think will be a nice feature once we're living in the van full time. All right, so like I said, we bought this van with intentions of going van life. So what we plan to do to it is obviously start by removing all of this stuff, all the side paneling, the plastic paneling, the sealant, the headliner, just to get the most space out of it, and then start our van build from there. We'll probably do some real basic versions in the beginning, and then once we have a really good build out plan, then that's when we'll start to do a more permanent, nicer build. So it'll evolve over time. And that's our plans for the inside. We'll probably have like a sink and a bed and just storage, a bunch of storage, a composting toilet, all that sort of stuff, all that good stuff to live out of it full time. And then as far as the exterior, I plan to do Well-Tech Designs lift kit, so lift it 5 inches and then probably some 35s. Yeah, probably do a bumper, front and rear, do a winch for sure. But that's kind of what we got planned for it. So if you like that sort of stuff, follow us along, and we'd love to show you the build. All right, we got some tools, some power tools. So we're gonna get to work on trying to start to take out this cage. It's held together with a lot of rivets. So we got a bunch of drill bits, and yeah, we'll see how many drill bits we burn through to get this whole cage out. So let's do it. So we've got the whole interior unbolted, all the cages unbolted, this bench is unbolted, everything is free and out of the way. We've just got it stored up in here to drive to the scrap yard and dump it all. But yeah, we got it all organized in here for now, so hopefully it doesn't move around too much on the drive. Like I said, we're gonna dump the stuff at the scrapyard, and we're gonna drive it back home, bring the van back home, and then we're gonna start working on the lift next. So trying to get that undone and the whole wiring harness and everything undone and figured out. So dump that stuff and then this, and yeah, we'll see you in a bit.
There's all of our old stuff. We took it to the recycling. It's one of the cages. A couple other parts are back there too.
Alright, what's up guys? So we just emptied out all of the cages and everything from the vans. Look at all that space that we have. The only thing left back there is the lift, as you can see, the wheelchair lift. And when we get home, we're gonna start working on that and get that thing out of there. So yeah, we'll see you guys in a bit. We're gonna go get some lunch right now. Alright, so we're back home, and now it's time to get started on removing this lift. But look at that, all that space that we got. So much space. Really opened it up. Shows you how much room is actually in there. Those cages really took up the whole space. So we're gonna start working on this, and it looks like it's just 5 bolts that are accessed from underneath. And then I think the tricky part is gonna be the wiring. And let me come show you guys this van. So I already pulled the wiring. From the dash, but this was there. And this ties into the e-brake. And as you can see here, it says vehicle needs to be in park and the e-brake on. And that is correct. So there's some stuff tied into the vehicle system, so that's going to be interesting, but we'll take our time and we'll just kind of follow all the wires back, and yeah, we'll be careful taking all this stuff apart, but let's get right to it. All right, so we are making progress here. We are starting to take all the plastic side panels off. And as far as the lift gate, I started undoing the electrical harness, which was on that side. As I was undoing it, I found a wire and I traced it all the way here up into this area, and it tied into the switch here as a safety. The engine would shut off if that door was open and you put it into drive. So we've got the harness traced up all the way up into here. It comes up into here, and it's tied into, I removed the cable, but it was tied in between here, which is for the parking sensor here. Not sensor, but you know what I mean, indicator. It had a T-tap going into this one, and I'll remove that, this little plastic thing. And this is the module that those wires went into. Those tied into there like that. So I'm just gonna connect these together, and then this was the wire going to the T-tap, and then you got that going into other stuff. So I'm just kind of sorting it out, but it's a pretty complex little system here. This yellow one, I'm not sure exactly what it goes to, but I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna trace it, and that goes into that loom behind the seat. So yeah, kind of a complex little system here, so you got to make sure you do it right, because if you just rip stuff out, there's some of these safety modules or systems that may prevent you from moving. So that's where we're at, but it's going good. Alright, so update, got the wiring all wrapped up, put everything, got the whole harness out, and rewired everything as it was from the factory, and I tested it, and the van turns on and everything works as it should. On the inside, we've got all the plastic panels off. The lift itself is only bolted on with two bolts, so it's ready to come out. All right, so we finally got the lift out. We put it on offer up and got a hit, so got $100 for it. We delivered it to the guy, but it was only 15 minutes away, so not a bad deal. At least somebody's gonna get some use out of it. It's a lot better than taking it to a scrapyard, so I feel good about that. As you can see, we got a lot more space. As far as headroom, right here towards the back of the vehicle, I can almost stand up. I'm not a tall guy. I'm 5'6" or 5'5" or something like that, depending on what day of the week it is. But I can nearly about stand up here. As I get closer to the front of the vehicle, I can fully stand up here, and the closer I go to the front, there's more space. And as we stripped it down, we saw that there's like this metal frame built in that they built. So this is all metal. So I don't know. We may end up using this. I don't know. It's just or kind of just do our own thing. But yeah, so this is pretty cool to see. But you got the whole fiberglass. So yeah, so we're gonna keep stripping all this cloth from the overhead area, and yeah, and just keep going from there. Next is we're gonna rip out the rubber flooring, and yeah, so we'll see you guys after that. Alright, so we got the floor taken out. That wasn't too bad of a job. So I think the van is fully, the interior is fully stripped. We got the floor out, all the side plastics, the top, all the cloth that was on the top. So this is it, all bare metal. The only thing left here is the whole rear AC stuff, and I got to do some research and see what people have done and decide what I'm gonna do with it. But I'm most likely gonna delete all of this because this is kind of precious space for our van build. So yeah, a little bit of research to do there, but that's most likely just gonna be all gone too. I just don't want to disconnect it yet because we have these Freon lines. I believe those are for the Freon, and I don't want to lose all the Freon, and we'll do that later. But this is our future home right here. This is really exciting, and we got some cleaning to do. Got a little bit of rusty spots, nothing too crazy, as you can see in the corners here. Little spots right here. So yeah, we're gonna clean everything up really well, and then we're gonna work on the next big project is actually plugging all these holes, because there was a lot of holes that were drilled into the floor for all this pre-existing stuff, the cages and all the wheelchair, the lift. So I don't want to leave those undone, and I don't want to just seal them up with like a silicone. That's probably the easiest route, but I want to fill them in with metal. So I'm gonna weld them all in, and that's gonna be the next big project. So that'll be another video. But yeah, so this is it.